Hello gamers, this is D&H, and I just thought I'd bring you a quick video today. I happened to be watching BDoubleO, he's another Let's Player. If you haven't seen him, I can't imagine how you have found my channel, but he's another Minecraft Let's Player, a big one, and basically, in his episode 134, he was talking about not using his heater because people were complaining about the noise in the heater. And something that I've started doing very recently, and I thought, you know, maybe he hasn't explored it yet or whatever, is noise reduction. Now, you know, I use Adobe Audition to do mine, but you can use Audacity, which is a free program, and you take a noise print of the background noise and you eliminate it from your vocals. And I was surprised personally how much difference that made in my own Let's Plays. So just to give you an example, I'll be quiet for a second and you can listen to the background noise from my perspective. And that's the background noise. I kind of upped it in the middle there to give you an idea of, you know, I upped the overall volume in the middle there to give you an idea of what you'd be hearing, not just the background noise. And this is the background noise with noise reduction applied using that same technique. So I think it makes a major difference in the audio quality. The other thing that I would mention, since I'm giving, you know, sound and information, and this is something that I personally am guilty of, but I've also noticed BDoubleO does a lot, and that is whenever he's near things, like when he was near his slaughterhouse and going around that area where there's a bunch of cows and things, he would always have to go into his sound settings, adjust the volume, you know, because the cows were making a lot of noise in and around him. And one of the things that I found is that if you record your audio separately from your narration audio, separately from your in-game audio, again, you can use a program like Audacity, and if my computer can run both Fraps and Audacity at the same time, certainly BDoubleO's can. And I don't know if he's using Fraps, but I mean, whatever capture program he's using, certainly you can do it. And basically, if you record your narration separately from in-game audio, you can go in and post and you can adjust down the in-game audio, you can adjust up the in-game audio, and do all those adjustments without ever going in to options, changing the sliders. You know, my volume's set pretty high right now, just in general. So, and yeah, I mean, I can totally make it where I can talk fine, or I can totally make it where the cows are competing with me and making a ton of noise and no one can hear. So just based on whatever you want, and then you don't have to worry about changing the audio down, you don't have to worry about setting it up, you don't have to worry about remembering to make those changes. So I thought, you know, I'd talk about that, just those two things, and I certainly didn't invent those techniques. You know, in fact, David of X is, or I guess his name is David, I don't know, X is I guess what he goes by, of X's Adventures in Minecraft. He made his episode X484 was titled The Art of the Let's Play, and he did a lot of talk, like an hour and a half of really good examples of how to adjust audio and things. So watch that for some good information like audio ducking and other things. And hopefully, you know, that helps some of the Let's Players out there, and maybe something to consider for BDoubleO if he hasn't already. Oh, I will acknowledge that mostly with BDoubleO and most other Let's Players, I only watch their single-player stuff. And I acknowledge right now that if you do multiplayer, and I know BDoubleO does plenty of it, it doesn't help. It's still helpful, but there is a problem with it in the sense that you can't adjust the other, like if you're using Mumble or Skype, you can't adjust other people's talking differently from in-game audio. It records in-game audio and other people's talking together, so you have to make those adjustments in-game, but still you have the ability to make your own adjustments on your own voice so that you can hear it. So I think it's still better than nothing, and in single player it works out really good. So that was just my piece of advice, and thank anybody for watching. As always, have a good evening, day, night.